Good evening. Welcome to the Buck Stops here. I'm Vishnu Shom. On the show tonight, both Subramanian Swamy and the Congress party claim a victory in the National Herald case today in the Supreme Court. Yes, the Gandhis will not have to make a personal appearance, but the case will go on. The petitioner Subramanian Swamy will be joining us tonight as we ask no personal appearance, but can the Congress truly claim a victory by today's court proceedings? The senior Congress leader Ashwini Kumar will be with us as well. And finally, the Indian link to what has been referred to as one of the most profound discoveries of our times, gravitational waves from two black holes in deep space merging 1.3 billion years ago. Sounds like science fiction? We'll try and explain why this discovery is our biggest leap perhaps in learning about the creation of the universe. In simple terms, it's huge. We'll try and explain why that is the case. But first, news coming in. Massive protests continue at Jawaharlal Nehru University in Delhi. Raids and arrests, with the student union president now arrested after anti-India slogans were raised on campus yesterday.
The BJP's student wing out in full strength, protesting against this event held on the Jawaharlal Nehru University campus where anti-India slogans were raised on Tuesday.
भारत माँ का अपमान ये राष्ट्र कभी सहन नहीं कर सकता।
कोई भी भारत विरोधी नारे लगाता है अथवा भारत की एकता, अखंडता, संप्रभुता पर सवालिया निशान लगाने की कोशिश करता है तो उसे किसी भी सूरत में माफ नहीं किया जा सकता।
On Thursday, police registered a case of sedition and arrested the JNU Students' Union President Kanhaiya Kumar, who claims his arrest is politically motivated as he beat ABVP members to the top spot in the Students' Union. JNU professors joined in, asking the police to leave the campus.
The current excessive police action is totally uncalled for, and it has only aggravated the situation.
Campus politics has already acquired political overtones, with all parties jumping into the heated debate.
I'm sure the Home Minister can also do anything, because they are in any case interfering in all matters relating to the university.
Only in emergency. We saw this happen.
There's anger on the JNU campus after the arrest of Kanhaiya Singh, the president of the JNU Students Association, with students saying he had nothing to do with organizing the event or even taking part in it. He was merely there to intervene, and now he's being made a political scapegoat.
किसी भी स्लोगन में किसी तरीके से इन्वॉल्व नहीं था। हमको भी दिख रहा है कि 4-5 ऐसे लोग हैं जो इस तरीके के स्लोगन लगा रहे हैं। हम चाहते हैं आप उनके खिलाफ इंक्वायरी कीजिए।
A proctoral inquiry is already underway. The university vice-chancellor has said, while the JNU community upholds the right to free debate on campus, the university strongly condemns the use of university as a platform for activities that violate the constitution and the laws of the land. A high-level inquiry committee has been constituted to investigate the matter and take appropriate action. But what started out as a protest against anti-national slogans on campus has now become a full-fledged political war going well beyond the scope of campus politics. With Ketki Angre in New Delhi, Kinshu Dang, NDTV.
A strong statement of support coming in from the teachers' union, and the statement in fact talks about how the police has been given a carte blanche.
Yeah, that's right. Police has lifted a student from the campus, and this kind of permission should not happen. Campus is a place where there's an exchange of free ideas, and in campus, we are all demanding that the students should be released.
And also you've talked about how it sends a very wrong message, the arrest, and there's a witch hunt is what mentions, is mentioned in the press.
That's what we fear. In the name of some of the law and order issues, the police should not be allowed to come in campus and arrest anybody that police wants to do. So that is not. So we demand the release of the students. We also demand that the democratic space in JNU that should be preserved, and that should not be taken as an excuse to. That should not be taken as an excuse to cramp down on JNU.
You also think there's a political motivation behind this?
Yeah, because JNU is identified with the left campus. The reality is there are a lot of liberal people here, so that gives an opportunity to the government to cramp down on the campus.
Well, political action on campus, Jawaharlal Nehru University simmers. Is a crackdown on anti-India elements? Is it a crackdown on anti-India elements, or is this in fact political interference? We're going to get a quick couple of comments. I'm joined over here in the studio by the senior Congress leader Ashwini Kumar, and joining us from the BJP, Sambit Patra. Sambit, let me come to you first. In as much as most people in this country would say that some of the remarks made on campus were against what we believe as Indians, we are a democracy, and there are those who would also argue that, look, even if these comments are wrong, they are offensive to some, this is a university campus which celebrates democracy. Let them say what they need to. How would you respond to that?
I would respond by saying that, going by the same standards after a few days, some of the components of the same students in the same campus may say that, well, it's a democratic country. Let's start beheading people as the ISIS is doing.
No, but they aren't beheading people. They are talking. They are speaking.
No,
there is a difference between a murder and speech.
Let me.
Or are we murdering speech?
Well, let's forget the beheading. Let's forget the ISIS part. Would you propagate then that if the students, the same students tomorrow, start giving the same speeches of ISIS leaders and saying that, well, yes, let's propagate the philosophy of ISIS on the campus, we would still close our eyes and say, well, it's a democratic country, this is all debate and discussion, or should we crack down on them? Vishnu, I don't know whether your channel has shown the kind of sloganeering that has taken place in JNU, but other channels have broadcasted that. And let me read out as to what the sloganeering was. The sloganeering was, Pakistan Amar Rahe, Pakistan Jindabad, India go back, Azadi, Azadi, Kashmir ki Azadi, Azadi tak hum jang karenge, Hindustan ke 1000 टुकड़े होंगे, Hindustan बर्बाद होगा, Hindustan को बर्बाद करके हम सांस लेंगे, इंशाअल्लाह. So which one is a democratic statement over here?
Important points that you make.
Right now.
I take that. I want Ashwani Kumar to respond to that. Is this not sedition?
Well, let me tell you two fundamental points in the debate. Democracy, right of free speech, right to dissent and right to protest are the soul of idea of India. For years we have celebrated that right. Having said that, we know that every right is subject to reasonable restrictions. Nobody in his right mind can ever justify anti-India slogans, but to create a frenzy out of what 10, 15, 20 young people have said, wrong it may be, and till the inquiry is complete, till people who are responsible for the slogans in question are actually proceeded against in accordance with law after a fair trial, we should not create an atmosphere on the campuses and in the country that would stifle the right of expression and protest by young people. That will destroy the very soul of India. And that is something which now we need to debate in all earnestness.
Sambit, that is also the argument that, look, in fact, that's the argument on campus as well, that the people participating in this kind of sloganeering were part of the fringe. They did not represent what the large bulk of students at JNU perhaps speak for. They may be politically different from say the BJP. A lot of them may have leftist ideals, but none of them are anti-Indian, and nobody would uphold those slogans, and therefore this was the fringe which was doing this. That's the counter argument.
Yes,
Sambit.
if the fringe was doing it, the fringe would have to pay for it. The fringe would be arrested. The fringe
so why
would be
then are
tried to
police
sedition.
going all over campus creating an atmosphere of terror?
No atmosphere of terror. I mean, you are right now pointing out that there were 15, 20, 30 odd people who were the fringe and who were in fact sloganeering against this country. So the police is not supposed to go after them. If the police goes and picks them up, you says that, well, police is creating terror in the campus. Is the police picking up people who are not associated with it? No, police is not doing anything against them who have not done any kind of sloganeering. Police is identifying the law, in fact identifying from the slogan posters that have been released in most of the channels, the police is picking them as per the law of this land. So why should others be worried? Why should others at all be worried if they have not committed anything wrong?
I think the worry is the ham-handed approach of the police. We are told they are picking up students from hostels. Police all over campus. Mr. Sitaram Yechuri has tweeted, he says the last this has happened was during the emergency.
No, it is emergency for the anti-nationals. I mean, it is not that the country is free to give any kind of speech in the name of freedom of expression. You cannot speak against this country, and we have seen, you should run those clips, Vishnu. You should run those clips. Your blood would boil to hear what was happening there. They were shouting against India in a frenzied way. You should please, I request you, please show those videos.
That is precisely why we will not run those clips. There is no question of because they are profoundly anti-India and they are potentially seditious. and we are against our grain to
They're
run those.
profoundly anti-India.
Yeah, I accept
that is
that
why
argument.
The police
I
is picking
accept
up the
that
people
argument.
who are profoundly
I
anti-India.
accept that argument. I'm trying to understand what's happening on campus, but you had a comment to make, sir.
Well,
Go ahead.
every action, and particularly every objectionable action, must invite the requisite response. Nobody questions that. But what we are seeing in JNU today is a virtual siege of the entire university. It is intended to stifle and to frighten our young people into submission, and some of the people are saying it is only because ABVP has always found its burial ground in JNU that this kind of a reaction is seen from the administration. And I think that it is necessary to dispel this in the larger interests of the country. There's an ideological battle which is being waged side by side.
Can I?
Samit, just one sentence. I need to move on to our next debate with you as well in it. Come on, quickly,
Yes,
Samit.
Mr. Ashwini puts out that it is an ideological battle. I don't understand as to how this is an ideological battle. This is a battle of people who are patriotic versus the people who are almost secessionist. It is not an ideological battle because no ideology promotes anti-national feeling. And if that has been promoted in any ideology, that ideology has no right to exist in this country. And secondly, what should have been a cooperative move by JNU, in fact, the teachers, the students out there, in fact, those who belong to the other ideology as pointed out, they should be cooperating in handing over the students.
But they are being cooperative. They say they are going to handle it. They don't want the police over there. Gentlemen, we need to move on. This debate is not over. I suspect we're going to be looking at this tomorrow as well. I need to move on because lots of news developments today.